I am Tommy, and you are on the lifeboat. Hold on a second, I'm looking for my glasses. I was pretty sure I packed them.
Please do not leave items unattended.
I'm just gonna have to do the Clint Eastwood thing, and I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of squinting. Is what it is, I guess. Yeah, it sucks. I'm not gonna be able to read a whole lot of this. So, I don't know how long I'm gonna be live on this. I just wanted to have an opportunity to go live. Yesterday, obviously, yesterday was a tough day for the lifeboat, which is odd because the lifeboat really didn't do a whole lot of content. Uh, I'm not going to talk about. You want my take? Here's my take. 700 of you unsubscribed, right? And you did it without hearing, without hearing the story, without having any idea what happened. You guys decided what I was, and what you decided that I was literally the most offensive thing in the world that you could have said about me, right? And a lot of you took the time to send me emails calling me a wife beater and things of that nature. And I'll tell you what, those of you who did that would not have said that in the same room as me. I've never put hands on a woman in anger. It's never going to happen. It's not something I ever would have done. And you know what? That's all I'm going to say. That's the end of me ever commenting on this, because it wasn't anybody's business, right? Us coming on and saying the two of us love each other, and unfortunately, we just can't work it out, right? That was all that needed to be said. Unfortunately, there was miscommunication because she and I did literally write that together, and she thought we were going to do it together, and I did it. But it kind of had the impression as if she thought we were having a hell of a day and life was grand, and I went and did that, and that's not how it went down. But I'll tell you something. I love her, and I don't want to hear any stuff about her. I really don't. You know what I mean? I got no desire whatsoever to hear people trash her. I'll be really honest, I don't have a whole lot of desire. I've said really stupid things in the past. I'm so blown away by this. Thank you so much. I can't read it, but thank you for the support. I'm sickened by how this goes down. I'm sorry, I am. I'm sickened by how people run with stuff that they have no idea. Some of the things that people wrote to me, I mean, things that I know she never said on the air. I mean, they were accusing me of doing things that they're making up whole cloth in their head. It's frustrating. I won't lie to you. It's frustrating. It's frustrating in a big way, and it makes you go, God, you know what? I'm starting to really get frustrated. Starting to really get frustrated. And you find yourself in a desire to come on and say, no, let me tell you what really happened. And in the process of doing that, because you feel like you got slighted, you're going to put a little bit of a spin on it, right? To make your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever it is maybe look bad too, so that you don't take all of the brunt. But I'll stick with what I said yesterday. The problems that we have, I think the vast majority of those are because of me. I don't know if you saw my video yesterday, but I did say that. And I'll stick by that. I will. I'll also stick by the fact that I've never met a more beautiful or a more intelligent person. I take no joy in walking in opposite directions, and neither does she. But what we didn't want to do was become one of those sets of couples that are just toxic to one another. We set out in the beginning and we vowed that we would never ever do something to try to harm the other one. We would never do anything that was going to bring... Okay. We would never do anything to hurt the other. We would never do anything to intentionally harm or cause someone to feel bad or anything like that. And I have no desire to say anything bad about her. She's beautiful, she's wildly intelligent, she's got a great sense of humor, and I've had more fun with her than I've had with any woman I can remember. Before, when I was young, whatever, she's special. She really is, she's special. And I didn't watch what she said yesterday. I really didn't. I caught a bit of it because somebody actually reached out to me to try to get me to comment on it on a channel that was sharing what she was doing. So I almost commented live on something. But it's... yeah. Yeah. Yes, there's still 20,000 people that that are supporting the boat. Um, but I mean, if you're real and you're a YouTuber, you go 20,000, probably 5,000 active, right? So if 1,000 bail, that's 20% of your active audience, and that's kind of painful. And I'll tell you something, I don't give a shit. I don't care about the numbers. What I care about is if somebody leaves because they think I'm a wife beater and they go out into the real world an alcoholic, right, struggling, or they go out into the world getting ready to stick needles in their arms, and the reason they walk away is because they think I beat on women. That kind of stuff makes me sick. It really does. And you know what? She didn't say that I beat on women. She didn't say any of that stuff. That was an audience that decided to take crap and run with it. You know? I'm not upset at her, and I wasn't upset at her yesterday.
But cool. Yeah, let's do. Yeah.
I love her. Always will, and that will never change. I promise you, that will never change. You guys see her in 1 to 2 hour doses, and you got a bit of an idea, a bit of a handle on the fact that she's really, really special. I spent 3 weeks with her without leaving her side, 24/7, and I got news for you. You don't have an effing clue how special she is. You don't. And the prospect of going and living without her sucks. It really does. It's you know, if I sat and thought about it at length, and you know, what would hurt worse if I just pulled the plug on the boat, and I mean pulled the plug, you know, not walked away, just pull the plug. You know, people do it. Delete it and walk away, and just be like, yeah, or her walking away. What would hurt more? And it's a I don't know. I don't know. I would like to say something like I wish you guys would listen more to what people say and kind of do it with an ear toward kindness, right? Toward the default setting being I'm going to find out everything I can find out before I take a side, or before I try to unsubscribe or send a hateful. But that's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. I wish it would, but it's not going to. So what needs to happen instead is you just have to come to the conclusion that this is the freaking world that we live in. You know, and this is the world I live in. Not much I can do about that. Hold on 1 second. You came across someone that was really trashing me, Rosie. I got to say something. I know the channel you're talking about. Do me a favor. Don't go after the person. Don't pick on the person. Don't do any of that. I know who you're talking about, and he had a really rough upbringing. The guy's family is not involved with him at any level. They don't talk to him. He's basically, for all intents and purposes, been abandoned by his family, and I'm not laughing. I'm not taking any joy in this. I am not. But he suffers from some issues, some learning issues, right? He's not particularly sharp, and that's because of some inbreeding and perhaps some fetal alcohol syndrome, and none of those things are funny. Sorry, I was trying to read a comment, but I just can't get it. Yeah, add to the don't recommend list would probably be the right thing to
Once
do,
again,
but
folks, if you're just joining us,
don't
head out
say
to Oakland.
don't say mean
We
thing
have
to
just
him.
about a 20-minute delay for our flight to
There's
Oakland.
there's
This
nothing.
is Southwest 4182. You'll be the next flight out of gate C64. We'll get started with the boarding process in about 25 minutes for a 9:05 departure.
None of us should take
we
any
are just
joy
delayed
in
about
picking
20
on
minutes to
someone like that,
Oakland. We'll get
right?
started boarding in about 25 minutes. If anyone has any items to be gate checked, any wheelchairs or strollers, car seats, walkers,
All right,
if you've
people.
not done so already, this is a good time to bring them over. So
As it turns out, I probably did this without doing the important stuff like checking in with people, and I'm sure that I stepped on toes and did all kinds of other stuff. I've been on and off. This day is about 4 different changes of planes because I wasn't planning on leaving within a couple of days. I was planning on staying for a couple of months.
We organize at the gate, and other people will board around you. Thanks so much for flying Southwest. Thanks for being here tonight.
So, to all of you who are putting up super chats, I really appreciate it. You know, I appreciate the kindness of all of you, and it's a fairly amazing group of people. You know, and you know how it is. It's like anything else, right? There's about 4%, 5%, you know, of people that just want that enjoy other people's pain. Right? They take pleasure in other people's pain. And you know what? Say a prayer for those people if you're someone that prays, right? Hold on a second. Sorry, folks. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. That was really all I wanted to say, right? Because I had people reaching out to me saying, you need to respond, right? Because they want me throwing shit at her. That's going to make them happy. These people that say you need to respond, they're not saying go on there and tell her you love her, right? So, by the way, if you were someone who sent me one of those that said I needed to go defend myself, you're blocked. Don't be shocked. Because if that was your advice, you shouldn't be on the boat. Sorry. So here's my response. I love Reese. I'm still in love with Reese. I would never put hands on her. The fact that people suggested that is really ugly. It really is ugly. And I love Hux. And and to tell the story, what kind of person does that? Seriously. What kind of person would I be if I came here and said, let me tell you what happened between me and my partner that caused the fight? I agreed to let everybody watch, and we did. We agreed to share our lives. But the details that people want are incredible, are incredible. Well, this is it's a sad thing that this had to happen, and I mean this video. It's really funny. We spent a lot of time talking in the beginning with all of you that if this didn't work out, you know, I said in the beginning, you know, if this doesn't work out, you know what's going to happen, right? 350 of you will blame it on me before you even hear a detail. You remember me saying that? Well, 700 did before they knew what was up. And you know what? You're never going to know what's up. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. You know, I wouldn't do that. So I'm going to leave it with my response being, I love her, and I'm really sorry that for anything that has happened through the time we were together that caused any pain. And there's been pain and there's been hurt. Most relationships do that. I really wish that honestly, I really wish that she and I had met while working at a Walmart, right? Because no disrespect to the people here, but this makes it really hard. This makes it really hard. You know, there are so many people that leave. You don't think about it, but comments are left that someone could say the most innocuous thing in the whole world, but it's going to set off a partner because they're going to go, wait, what did that comment? It's just a very tough thing for people to date who are content creators. For those of you tripping on Moose, I am going to be going back to get Moose. I am. I would imagine within a week. Now that it's official that Moose is going to be going with me, I'll be taking care of that within the week. Thanks everybody for stopping in, saying hello. I will be back doing regular content here. I don't know when, but I'll be back doing some regular content in the near future. I will also have an announcement to make in the next 24 to 36 hours about some changes, personal changes. That's going to be me, people. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you. And you know, the sad thing is this. There are 4 or 5 of you, right? I expect the dirtbags because it's what they do for a living. It's what they do for a living, right? They're professional dirtbags. They're trolls. I expect that. But I was looking down lists and I saw names of people that I've known for years, people that I know really, really well, who said, "How could you do this, Tommy?" And I thought, you didn't get a whole lot of the story, but you're acting like you were sitting in the room. Going forward, there will have to be some serious changes in terms of the access that gets allowed, because if you can't go on and say something like, "We love each other, but this just can't, it's not working out really the way that we hoped it would," and have 700 people bail for that. If you're listening to me and you're one of those 700, don't come back. Don't come back. Because obviously there's something not quite right with you. God bless every single one of you. If you're offended that I said that, how about just bless every single one of you? If that offends you, go with the 700 and don't come back. I'll see the rest of you. Thank you. I wish I could read so that I could thank everyone that did a super chat, because there's a lot of you. God bless. I love you. I also love Reese. And if you say something messed up about her, as I said the last time, you'll never be back. It doesn't. I'll do a lot tomorrow. We'll get back to this. But you want a statement? There's the statement.